Good evening, everybody. It's Professor Hatter here, doing a live stream. Sorry, I'm using my iPad now for streaming, trying it out here. Um, Watching the live ranking debuts for the second week for College Football Playoff Rankings Committee 2019. If you are unfamiliar with the system, it's usually about uh, late October, early November that the just like with if you're familiar with the BCS system, um, the selection committee that they're showing gets together to start figuring out the top teams. I mean, the AP polls are still there, but it's late October, early November that the playoff committee's rankings are in effect. And this Major League has to say, only a phone will go off during my broadcasts. I know Nelson, but not who I'm thinking about. Anyway, so I got my college hat on. Let me see I don't like the angle that I'm displaying this at. Camera's a bit low, but we'll see how much I can fix that. Give me a second, actually. Give me 1 minute here. Okay, I kind of like that better, a bit-ish. We'll see. So, I'm huge into college football, and this is my big thing. I'm home on Tuesday night. I thought this was gonna be at 7 o'clock, but it's at 6 o'clock, and yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch. So the summary from previous week. So last week they came out with the first rankings. One was number 1 Ohio State, number 2 LSU, number 3 Bama, number 4 Penn State. All were undefeated. 5 was Clemson, undefeated as well. They were first in the AP polls at the beginning of the season. And then number 6 was Georgia. Joe, you bring up a good point about Alabama. Kirk Herbstreit, even though Herbie is from Ohio State, Kirk Herbstreit is a top-notch college football analyst. It was not a game that I think helped Alabama, even though the score was a little bit closer than maybe some people think. They may be sitting at 5 this week, Reese, but it'll be interesting to see where they go in future weeks. All they have really is the game at Jordan-Hare in a couple weeks against Auburn.
Well, what we're going to debate is even if Alabama is 4 tonight, and I don't think my colleagues agree with me, I don't think they can hold it. We'll find out. But everybody else can.
No. So.
PJ Fleck's going to join us in a little while. Rob Mullins.
Ooh, PJ Fleck. So number 3.
Just as soon as we do, so let's get to it right now. Let's take a look.
All right. So they're going through it. Okay, Broncos. Boise State is at 21. They moved up a bit. Great 50-on-50 hit, by the way. Boise State in the back. Nice orange under brim. Boise State. Great stuff. Kansas State fell a lot by 8. Iowa fell. Notre Dame fell a spot. That's interesting. Cincinnati at 8-1, and they're only at 17. Come on. I mean, they're kind of like they're in a really bad conference, or not as good conference, but yeah, Memphis and Cincinnati. That's gonna be a good matchup for the American Conference. Shit! Baylor is undefeated. Oh my God! All the teams went down. Minnesota's in the top 10. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! It's not a Minnesota hat, but it's a PJ Fleck hat. Western Michigan Broncos. Trombone brother Mitchell goes there. Nice snapback. You can't really see it too well, but it's a brown underbrim and black hat and brown snaps. Wow. Wow. That's huge. That is huge. So 11 through 20. Oh, okay. Number 10 is Oklahoma. They're down. Oh my God. Whoa. Is Minnesota number 8? No. Whoa. Holy shit. Penn State is 9. They went from 4 to 9. They dropped 5 spots. Harley Mock, welcome. College football playoffs. Minnesota. Yes! Yes! That is respect. Going from 17 to 8, up 9 spots. Minnesota. Ooh. Ooh. That is sexy. That is amazing. That's the best thing I've seen all day.
Let's see number 7. There's one of them.
Wow, Utah. Okay. Harley, are you into college football? Wow, Minnesota jumping to 8. Shit, I need to get a hat.
What's the biggest surprise you've had? Are you upset? Because you wanted Minnesota at least a 6. I think they should have been up there.
I know. I need a Minnesota hat. I've been eyeing one up.
When I look at Baylor and Minnesota,
I got an LSU hat coming in next Monday. Unfortunately, it's taking too long to get. But I need to get a Minnesota hat. It had been on my mind for a while.
I think that team has definitely been rising consistently. Baylor's been kind of just flubbing around, triple overtime, Texas Tech, double overtime.
They have some pretty good deals with Fanatics right now. So I've been kind of back and forth. I'm below $50 in my account, so I don't know if I can really afford a hat right now. But by Friday's payday, so Friday I will order a hat. So, yeah, Minnesota beating number 4 Penn State. That's huge.
That roar I just heard from the football facility in Minneapolis, the fact that they're up in that top 8 right now and feeling good, everything is in front of them. Let's not get carried away here. That was a great win against Penn State. They're going to Kinnick Stadium Saturday. Like, they need to just keep their focus right now and just try to win.
I said that in my last swap video, the latest one I did, that Minnesota going into Iowa, even though Iowa lost their last game with Wisconsin, and I think they were, I think they were at Wisconsin, but playing at Kent State, or no, Kent Stadium, is really tough. Actually, it's kind of a tough place to play at. Playing at Iowa, it's a very boom. LSU is number 1. Boom, boom. That's good. Let me read the comment here.
And listen, you can use your eye test to say they're really good, but you also use
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, my trombone brother, Mitchell, goes to Western Michigan. So he got me this hat, I think 2 years ago or a year ago. So, yeah, Ohio State. We'll get into Ohio State in a second here. 10-0, okay. That's reasonable. Number 4 will be Georgia.
So we thought that against North Carolina also, and they came close to stumbling. Now, Wake Forest, they have this week, who hasn't looked good. They lost last week, so, we don't...
Fine, Georgia.
All right, let's see who number 4 is for the moment.
If it's Bama, I won't be totally upset. Ah!
4 is Georgia. So Georgia hasn't always looked sharp. Great offense has been challenged at times, but the Bulldogs, they've got that. It wasn't the magnitude, but they've got the Ohio State-like loss from the last couple of years on the resume.
Wasn't pretty. Penn State lost a couple of years ago as well. But I think when you look at Georgia, there's 2 really big wins with Florida and Notre Dame. Those are 2
Yeah,
big
no one
wins
likes
that they're
Ohio
getting.
State.
And number 5.
Number 5 will be Bama. Number 6 will be
Just behind
Oregon.
on the outside.
And if Major League Cats is watching the replay of this live stream, Oregon did not play this past week. So, yeah, I would still have a viable position on the College Football Playoff Committee, if need be.
The college football playoff. LSU has its highest ranking in the playoff era at number 1. Minnesota makes the largest jump into top 10 in the college football playoff era, plus 9. Baylor has the lowest ranking, the 9-0 team from the Power 5 in the college football playoff era, and no team. That's awesome. Nobody held their spot. Kirk, you see it now. You see the top 4. Georgia at number 4.
Huh.
You're in agreement with what the committee selected. Yeah, right. As we sit right now with the results from last week, I thought Georgia would be at 4 personally, and Alabama at 5.
Yeah, everyone changed this week. I like to hear a little bit of Herbie. Disney Plus, start streaming now. Well, maybe later. Maybe when you guys actually have a service that can stream and not just tell people, hey, we're having an error. That's what I've been hearing today.
For now, no issue at all. The interesting thing is, as we move forward, is Alabama. If Georgia eventually loses, whether it's to Auburn or it's the SEC championship game, those are 2 big hurdles. What happens to Alabama? Do they move up? Or is there a little bit of a ceiling and teams behind them potentially going up and over them? By the way, Reese, I don't think that would happen until the last weekend when you start to see conference championships potentially out of the Pac-12 or the Big 12 is when they might go by Bama. I agree. That's why I say I don't think Alabama can do anything to hold a spot or to move up. What they have to have hope for is to have everyone else handed.
Let me ask you a question real quick to that. Do you think if Minnesota wins the next 2 weeks, they'll be up behind Bama?
We're talking about the end. I'm talking about it.
So, all right, they'll, right.
Bama before that.
That would be behind and have to give it to them. Yeah, but that wouldn't be the one that matters at the end of the day. Oregon at 6 and Utah at 7
Hold on.
is the one that is going to threaten Alabama's ability to stay where they are.
I can see that, yeah. So, Bama plays Mississippi State next. Then they play Saturday, November 23rd. Bama plays Western Carolina, and then last week, November 30th, rivalry week. Oh, I love it. They are at Auburn. That's a big deal. Oregon. We're talking about strength of schedule is a 33. Not too bad. Not too bad. No quality wins. 25th ranked Washington at the time. Well, who are they playing? Minnesota. Strength of schedule 72. So it's a little bit weaker. Quality win for Penn State. So yeah, it would be nice for the Bulldogs to get an upset. I mean, I'm mainly a Mississippi State fan just for women's college basketball primarily, Harley. But yeah, if Mississippi State beats Bama, pulls the upset, that's fantastic too. And then we'll all be Bulldog fans. So my take on this. So everything is in the right order. All the numbers are right. I don't see anything, I mean, especially when we're talking about the top 15, top 10, that's when it matters, really. Everything below, not really, doesn't matter so much. let me look through the rankings. Excuse me, sorry. Officially, Utah has 2 quality wins. So let me see if ESPN updated it already. Oh yeah, Baylor. You know, I will say, Baylor, um, is in the wrong spot. I think that Baylor should be above Florida. That's the only one. Maybe I'd give them top 10, but Oklahoma there, with Jalen Hurts, that's a really good top 10 situation for Oklahoma. Excuse me. Yeah. Otherwise, that's the AP poll. Oh, dang it. So yeah, the Baylor should have been up a bit more. I think that's the only one that at 13, yeah, they should be 11. That's the one I would say is off. So I do retract my previous statement that everyone's in the right place. Sans Baylor. They have notable wins of Kansas State and Oklahoma State, which is pretty good. I missed their strength of schedule. Strength of SOS, strength of schedule, is important. Baylor is number 13, Harley, and they're hosting Oklahoma next, then hosting Texas, and then they're at Kansas for rivalry week. So next 2 games for Baylor are huge, especially playing Oklahoma next. What are they getting at? Strength of schedule really matters with with this playoff system, whereas that can really help a team move up, or it should give a good resume for a team to move up to the right spot, if need be. Because, Bama always has a weak schedule, always has a crappy schedule. So, I don't know what their strength of schedule is, but in the past, they've had a bad schedule. And it's just been boring. It's been like, okay, guys, like, they just showed that they're, in like 2 weeks, they're going to play Western Carolina. It's like, who? Who? And I've heard Nick Saban before say that, yeah, it's a bit of a different situation, that if it was up to him, then it would have been scheduling would be different, and for him, scheduling would be the best teams at each other. And it would always be everyone getting their wish of, we want Bama. And Saban would provide that wish, and I'm sure with that great team, he'd make everyone eat their words. Dan D9, good evening. College football rankings are out now. How are you feeling about them? If you follow college football, even if you don't, how are you feeling about it? LSU is number 1. Ohio State, then Clemson, Georgia at number 4, and then 5 and 6 are Alabama, then Oregon. I mean, they barely play anyone out of conference, like, Power 5 at least. And it does, I mean, they do play teams outside of the SEC that are good, but it is a rare thing to happen. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, I was really upset that I didn't see Illinois in the top 25, or even top 50 or 100. They had the nice upset against Michigan State over the weekend. 25 point deficit. Yeah, so Illinois, remember when the Falcons were down, no, Patriots were down 28-3, and then the Patriots just came back and won the whole game. Yeah, Illinois did that with Michigan State, so it was a really good game. And good evening to Major League Hats. Welcome to reaction for the week 2 of the college football playoff rankings. I was going over that number 1 is LSU, rightfully so. Number 2 is Ohio State. Number 3 is Clemson. Number 4 is Georgia. 5, Bama. And 6, Oregon. And Minnesota jumped from number 17 to number 8. So that was a huge jump for Minnesota. And, I mean, I knew that they were going to jump, but I didn't expect them to jump that high into the top 10 over Penn State. Penn State is 9. So, yeah, Minnesota got respect on their name now. Dandy9, I want an LSU Ohio. I've been predicting this for about 3 weeks now because, it seems viable now, and now especially with LSU beating Bama, I want a Ohio State LSU matchup, rematch of the 07 or 08 national championship game. It was 08, but it was from the 07 season, because that was my 7th grade year that they had a matchup against each other. So they're back, and they're going to talk to PJ Fleck, my PJ Fleck hat. He was the coach for the Western Michigan Broncos when they went 12-0 in the regular season. 13-0 because they won the MAC championship game. So I'm going to be talking with him. He's the head coach of Minnesota, and I was really happy that he moved on to a Big Ten school, and that it was Minnesota that he moved on to. Oh, they're talking to the chairman of the playoff committee board. Yeah, Illinois, great hats. This is my dad hat. It's Branch 47, cleanup edition. I do have a few more Illinois hats, but they aren't like plain like this one is. But I like it. It's a simple hat. I need to get a 5950 version of Illinois hat soon, and I need to find a Chief Illiniwek hat of Illinois. Let's see, trying to catch up here in the comments. Let's see, Cruz Madrid here. Do you think Oregon can get in over Alabama with a conference championship? So does Oregon get in or get over Bama with a conference championship? I'm going to say no, only because the precedent has been set that, I'm pretty sure it was 2016, Penn State won the Big Ten conference championship game. Won the conference. But they did not get into the playoffs. Ohio State did, because they had a better overall record. So it kind of proved in that way that that year that conference championships don't matter. So with Bama already paying off the CFP, whatever they are paying them to always be in the playoffs now, Bama is always going to have the edge. Just because also Bama has the history of his season being in a higher ranked position than Oregon has. Oregon had to climb up from so much. They had the one loss at the beginning of the season to Auburn. but they've won ever since. So I would like in a practical world, in a good idealistic society, Oregon would be over Bama because of a conference championship, winning the Pac-12, but because these guys don't always make sense, then Bama will get over Oregon. Especially if Alabama beats. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's good to hear, Dandy Nine, about the cleanup hats. Franchise. I mean, franchise are okay, but franchise are the fitted kind of dad hats. Like those would be nice, but I like the I mean, I should also get more franchise hats, but I just like the dad hats aspect of it, of these hats. So, let me check in here.
Well, again, we're not just looking at one game, but we are aware of the game. And when we look at Oklahoma's schedule, obviously, we know that their one loss is to K-State. They beat a good Texas team.
Right,
but
right.
We know exactly what happened last week in the Western game. All right, Rob, we've got one more quick one then. How does that reflect on the way the committee feels about the Big 12? Because Baylor has won its games, but it has yet to really make a climb.
Ooh, nice. Which franchise hat did you get, Dandy Nine?
Similar to last week, when you look at Baylor's non-conference schedule, their 3 non-conference opponents have won a total of 6 games. Obviously, Baylor has some great wins. They're certainly figuring out how to win in close games.
Yeah, which Baylor does. Ooh, Red Sox. Nice. Nice. Very nice. I have a great... yeah, I'm on my iPad, so I'm using a different app for streaming, so my face is really close up, and I know it's ugly looking, but I'm just reading Harley's comments here, and my eyes are bad anyways. So, yeah, okay. So, this is a pretty good rankings right now. We'll have to see how the rest plays out. Excuse me. Extra yawny today. Shouldn't be. I was home all day. It was snowing again. Or no, it was just cold out today. Yeah, that's unfortunate. The closest lids to me, the lids store, because we have we used to have a locker room store by Lids, a Chicago locker room store by Lids, and then a plain Lids store. The Lids store was probably about the same size, if not smaller, than my basement here. So, yeah, that's really sad. That's why I like the State Street one downtown in Chicago.
Strength of schedule, and none of them have beaten ranked opponents. A couple of them have losses. Who are you taking, or is that one of those where you
Look at the
I mean, they're all the same, for goodness sake.
the blind resume. These are kind of fun. I would take team number 2.
That is expected by FBI to perform its best. I'm guessing that's Alabama, probably with FBI number 3. So, you make a choice, Joey?
All I know is, I was going to say,
Yeah,
Southern
interesting.
has to be the worst ranked team of the group. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah. So Utah at 7, that's how you would...
Yeah, and the State Street one in Chicago, I like way better for a Lids, or the one in Rosemont, Fashion Outlets, or the North Riverside Mall near my old school at Concordia. That one's out there. Those are good ones. But yeah, my local Lids is the closest Lids to me isn't a good one. So I do feel your pain with that. And I have to pretty much go to between 2 stores to find what I would possibly want. It's like, I want one Lid store to go to instead. tomorrow I'm probably about 65% sure I'm gonna visit Chicago tomorrow because I got the day off and the circumstances are right. So we'll see. Ooh, PJ Fleck.
BJ Flex,
Row the boat. Oh, he's coming up. Row the boat. Row the boat, PJ. So probably gonna be going to Lids tomorrow, seeing the guys again. Been about a month, but gonna go there for another reason. So hopefully that'll be another field trip video that I will be working on, coming out soon. I don't know why I'm so tired or why I'm just yawning so much. Ooh, I'm looking at the it's unreal. I'm looking at the schedule here. Arkansas is at LSU this upcoming weekend. Minnesota. Oh, wait. Minnesota's at Northwestern. Never mind. Huh. And where did I get the idea that Minnesota was playing? Oh, no, it's this weekend. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Okay, so Michigan State is playing Michigan. Georgia is at Auburn. That's going to be a good game. Bama at Mississippi State. Indiana at Penn State. Florida at Mizzou. Ohio State at Rutgers. Pff, who cares? Who gives a shit? Minnesota at Iowa. 2 o'clock game. LSU at Ole Miss. Oklahoma at Baylor, which will be a good game. And Arizona at Oregon. Should be some good games going there. Haven't seen Major League Hatton in a little bit here. Wondering if he's still around or if he's just listening to the background and he's saving the world and while he's listening to the podcast here, live stream. Ooh, low profiles, you say? Low profiles. Those are really great hats. So, as mentioned before, I said about Major League Hats here. I was, you're always so vocal. Wondering when your wisdom of college football would make its presence known. Getting some insight from Mr. Major League Hats about the rankings this week and any future outlook you have. Because for me, looking at the schedule with Ohio State playing Rutgers, they just played Maryland, Ohio State, and they won 72 or 73 to 14. And they were above their number one last week, and they're above LSU. It's like, who cares? Like Ohio State beating all these crappy teams, it doesn't make a difference really. And beating them by so much, no one really cares unless it's a good team or a decent team at least. You haven't talked about anything interesting. Ouch. So now you know how I feel when you're talking about wrestling. So with Ohio State, they're just gonna pummel their way through to Indy to play Minnesota. Ohio State and Minnesota will play in Indianapolis, and probably Ohio State will win. It'll be unfortunate, but they're just gonna steamroll their way through. So, no one really cares about Ohio State, but Bama, it'll be interesting because I think that they will win their next 2 games, and then the third game against Auburn will be interesting. That Iron Bowl game is always interesting. I mean, 2013 Iron Bowl, anyone? Damn, that one was huge. That one was intense. The kick 6, if you're not familiar with that game, it's just huge. I was there watching it, and I was in my family room. My friend Eric was over. It was our freshman year of college, and his parents were over talking with my parents. My brother and sister were somewhere else, and because he's an only kid, Eric, and so him and I were just hanging out in the family room. We were watching. It was rivalry weekend after Thanksgiving, and I'm watching it, and Bama missed the field goal, and Davis returned for 160-yard return, like teetering, almost getting out of bounds, and taking it all the way home. And I just went crazy, and Eric's like, what happened? Why are you excited? so, it'll be interesting with Bama how their schedule turns out, or at least the end, because that last game with Auburn, it could go either way. So that will help determine the rest of the rankings. Let me try to look up the standings. So in the SEC East is Georgia, then Florida, then Tennessee. So just Georgia and Florida. And then the West is LSU, Bama, and then Auburn. Major League Cats is going to be... I'm mad at college football right now. You'll see on Thursday. Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, I knew CF is college football. The Kick 6 wasn't saying, I lost my mind. I mean, every time I see the replay of it, it's like, damn, son, that was epic. And, of course, to beat Bama is just huge. And Auburn that year went on to go to the BCS championship game. They would lose to Florida State, one of my 5 hated teams in college football. But, hey, okay, there was no Bama that year for the BCS game. So that was nice. Yes, Major League Cats. Just wondering, in your opinion, what's your opinion on the top 4? Is it the right choice? Should Bama be number 4, or what's your take on the college football playoff rankings right now? Just the top 6 here. Just the top 6. What's your pick on this or take? Good night, Dan D9. See you another time. Thank you for coming on in and watching. And we'll catch you the next time. So let's see.
Really bonded, and a lot of the credit goes to those 11 to 12 seniors who really stuck through 3 head coaching changes, a lot of cultural changes, and here they are as 11 to 12 that have stuck around, who play significant football for us and have led us to the spot.
Yeah, PJ Fleck has just been a real... He's young. He's a young coach, which is really helpful for the players to relate to and to really bond with. And he's been a good morale leader for Minnesota. Minnesota did not have a great schedule before Penn State. I guess their most notable win, you could say, was before Penn State was maybe Maryland, but that's really it. So, yeah, this is a good win. Minnesota win versus Penn State was first AP top 5 victory since 1999. So yeah, it's pretty good for Minnesota, and it's the same colors as Concordia, so kind of easy to blend in with. So I will be looking for a Minnesota hat this weekend. Probably gonna get that hat for... Maybe I'll get that hat for Major League Hats. Bundle it up for a Christmas gift soon-ish. My video will be out Friday. Okay, cool. Friday will be a fun day then. I'll be down in Downers Grove for Best Buy training, and then I'll be at Fresh Time that night. And then Saturday will be a long day. I will be at a store meeting for Best Buy at 7:30 in the morning, and won't see home until 10 o'clock at night because I'm going to Fresh Time Saturday night for work, and that will be a special swap video. It's going to be a really big video. I'm going to be doing a big announcement Saturday night. So stay tuned for that. My most recent hat order is, it was in state in Champaign, Illinois, which is in central Illinois, kind of the northern part of central Illinois. It's about a 2-hour drive, 2.5 hours from the suburbs here to Champaign. And all of a sudden, the FedEx guy said, yeah, now the hat's in Indianapolis, and it's going to be a week till you get it. It's like, I could have driven down to Champaign and picked up the hat myself and got it in hand, but FedEx is going to be a bunch of jerks and delay me getting my hat. So, no one is making sense these days at a corporate level. Major League Hats, what'd you say? With you having 2 jobs, are we to assume production value on your videos will go up? Is Billy going to get paid now? He could work at Wally. Sir, Major League Hats, sorry folks, Wally World's closed. I can't. I don't know what else to tell you. Wally World is closed. See if you get that reference. You're old enough, Major League Hats, to get that reference, but let's see if you brought up Wally World, you better know that reference then. That's a huge movie. Wait, what? Sally World, Vacation, Griswolds, 80s movie? Yeah, do you remember that one? Clark Griswold, Helen, Rusty? You've never seen Vacation, the Griswolds going across America. Hold on. God. Wally. Oh, okay. Okay, good. Christmas Vacation is huge in my house. Yes. Not Christmas Vacation, so yeah, Christmas Vacation is huge in my house. Not a huge fan of the Vegas Vacation movie. Not because it's Vegas and my personal thing about Vegas, but it just wasn't that great of a movie. But I think it was 2, maybe 3 Christmases ago, my brother, sister, and I got my dad a Wally World pullover hoodie for my dad. Summer of 2012, the family went to Boston, New England for summer vacation, and we went to the JFK. It's because Rusty didn't give you a car. What was it? So I went to Boston for summer vacation one year, and we got and for me, I love chasing dead presidents. It's just my thing. And JFK Museum was in Boston because he's from Boston. We drove past his boyhood home, the one he was born in 1917, and we get to the JFK Museum. Museum is closed today for sewer repairs. Like, son of a, it's like Wally World. It's closed. Sorry, folks. Museum is closed today. It's like, damn it. Oh, now they're talking about the worst college football championship game, LSU and Bama, in 2013 or 2012, or maybe it was 2011. JFK Museum is not the same in Dallas as probably the Book Depository. I went to that one. I went to the Book Depository. The Texas Schoolhouse Book Depository. That's where Lee Harvey Oswald was one of the 2 shooters to shoot President Kennedy. I was there. 2010 summer. And I remember I ran in the middle of the street where the X was to mark the spot that Kennedy was shot. I ran in the middle of the street. My mom took my picture, and I ran back to the curbside. I mean, a lot of people were doing it. Were running in the middle of the street to get the picture taken at the spot where Kennedy was shot. Does that sound bad? Maybe. Sounds a little bit morbid, but I'm a historian. It's like a way to connect with history. 45 minutes of podcasting here. No one's gonna be watching this replay, I'm sure. But they're going over SEC hypotheticals of who's in. I really hope at least one conference is represented at the end of all of this, the playoffs and the top four, that we don't have two from the same conference, because that's going to be garbage again. When Bama and Georgia were in the same time, no one cared. So, oops, don't want to break the chair. So, that is the, if anyone else has any comments they want to throw out before I shut down for the evening, throw them out now. But really happy with Minnesota moving up, getting that respect on their name, as most of those basketball players in the NBA always call for, like, oh, I need respect on my name. I think that's Cat from the Minnesota Timberwolves. But Minnesota got respected, which is good. Baylor got dissed a bit. And yeah, pretty good rankings. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go make some dinner now. So, hopefully, yeah, actually that'd be pretty cool if Minnesota could win it all. And they have a difference. The difference between PJ Fleck's Western Michigan and Minnesota team, is that Minnesota's in a Power 5 conference. These guys are in the MAC. And if you can tell me what the MAC stands for right now, I'll give you $5 in the next 10 seconds without looking it on Google. Next 5 seconds. If you can tell me what the MAC is, then I'll give you $5. But that was a big problem because Western cooking dinner. What are you cooking, Major League Hats? What you cooking up? We might be over for leftovers. Western Michigan was in the MAC, and they did beat Iowa, or they did beat a Big Ten team. I forget who that year, but it wasn't anyone too significant. Mac and cheese, I'll give you half credit. I'm actually gonna be making that for dinner, mac and cheese. T-bone steaks. We're definitely coming over for leftovers. So I will be over soon-ish. Paul Feinbaum is on, so that'll be a good insight there. I lost my train of thought, actually. So yeah, it was PJ Fleck being at Minnesota. Now they have a better... he had a better chance of coaching a team to go to the college football playoffs, where being in a Power 5 school helps a lot.
Alabama, because I still can't get past Georgia losing to South Carolina at home, while Alabama went to Williams-Brice and won by 24. I know that we're going deep into the weeds in terms of difference makers, but to me that's a big deal. I also think
Mountain Athletic Conference, I believe, is there was the WAC, Western Athletic Conference. There's the Mountain West Conference, which Boise State and Hawaii play in. But MAC is Mid-American Conference, which is like kind of like the Big Ten, but like down a level. So it has Northern Illinois, go Huskies. I think I have it. Yeah, go Northern Illinois is in the MAC. Toledo, Akron, Ball State, Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan, Central Michigan, Buffalo, where Khalil Mack came from. UMass used to be in the MAC, but they left like 2 years ago to be independent, so they're kind of an outlier. So that's what the MAC is. So Illinois is going bowling for the first time since 2014, and I forget if they won that game or not. I think they played in the Kraft Hunger Bowl game that was in the Levi Stadium. So yeah, that's gonna be fun for them. And of course, we're always rooting against Ohio State. That's how it's gonna go on this channel. And if you have a problem with that, then bring it up to the professor. And your comments, anything you mention about Ohio State will go straight into the comment bin. So if you ever want to talk to me about Ohio State, this is where all your comments go. Okay? So thank you for watching today's video, this live stream here. Thank you to Harley Mock, who was the first one on here, Dan9, Major League Hats, and there was another guy on here. Where did he go? Yeah, Oklahoma City. Cruz Madrid. He only had one comment, but I really appreciated his question about between Bama and Oregon. So, really great question. And I will be seeing you guys another time. And have a good day, everyone. Bye.